I have this dental floss case. I thought it was kind of a neat case. I thought maybe I could build a project around it and use this as the housing. I'm always looking for interesting cases. This one does actually pop open. I did take part of the insides out already. It's kind of got this little clear window in so you can see inside. It folds up real nice. And that reminded me, I bought this Bluetooth module probably about a month ago off eBay. It was I think $5 or $5.50. Super cheap. Thought it would be kind of interesting. It's got the audio out right here. It's left and right, and then it operates off of a standard 5-volt USB, a little micro, and then it's got the antenna here. This turned out, when I held it up to the side here, turned out to be the exact right size. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't have a Bluetooth device in my truck, so I originally bought this thinking I could wire it in somehow. And so I think this case will actually work out well. I think I'll mount it in the bottom here. I'll have to desolder this connector. And then I've got this 1/8 inch plug right here that I'm going to pull it in. And it's got a screw on it so it can be mounted. So what I'm thinking of doing is mounting it here on the top and then the USB next to it. And just roughly looking at it, I think we've got enough clearance. I may need to bend a couple of these pieces over, but I think it's going to work out just fine. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. We'll see if it works. So I haven't desoldered many of these surface mounts before, so I don't know how hard this is going to be. Let me give it a shot here. I'll flow a little extra solder, fresh solder in here on these points. All right, with a little bit of force and some desoldering wick, I was able to get that off. I had to kind of pry it up from the bottom. But I think this is good. I'm going to clean these pins up real quick. All right, so I've got some thin wire here, solid core, so it should work pretty well. I'm going to just tack these in here real quick, and I'm going to put the solder here on this side because I want the wires to come up. Okay, now that I've got these tacked in, I'm going to cut these leads on the bottom here. Just double check these, make sure they're looking good. Okay, they look good. So I've got my left and my right, which are going to be the green and the blue, and then I've got this white one, which will be my ground. All right, let's just eyeball this. Say somewhere around here. I think that's going to work out pretty well. All right, now I'm going to just try to use my soldering iron to melt a hole here. We'll see how well that works. All right, once we get it started, we can use the nut to pull it down, tighten it. Perfect. There we go. So now, just check that, make sure the plug fits in. Perfect. And then let's use that soldering iron to melt a little hole for that right there on the very, very bottom. Okay, I think that's the right height. Let's just go a little bit further over here. Yep, it is hitting just a little bit, so let's see. Boy, it is close. I have a feeling if we plug this in, it might hit even worse. Okay, so here we go. I've got everything all wired up. You can see the blue LED on the inside. And I've got the jack here on the bottom. I'll just unplug that. And you can see on the bottom here, I've got it cut out for the USB plug to go in, and it fits just fine. On the top, I've got the 1/8 inch audio jack, and you'll see that fits in just fine as well. And then if I open it up, you can see I've got the wires and everything all tucked in inside. And I've just got the wires kind of routed up around the top and then around the side. And then I found these 2 screws that fit nicely in there just to hold everything in place. So when you push it in on the power, you won't push that board forward. So everything mounted in really, really well. So there you go. And then it doesn't quite close. I'm not sure what's hitting on it. I might mess with that a little bit longer. I think it's just the jack hitting the board. I would like it to close or latch. Either that or I broke the latch. Put them into this little dental floss box. So now I've got this. You can take it with you, stick it in your pocket, plug it into any USB charger, plug any audio system you want into it, pair it with your Bluetooth device, and there you go. So I hope you enjoyed it.